Hello everyone! I hope that you're doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. As always, I'm so grateful that you're listening, subscribing and commenting. I really appreciate the support. In this one, I wanted to speak to you about INFJs and how we are problem solvers at heart. Now, of course, I'm not talking about the entire INFJ population, but I do notice that a lot of INFJs that come to me or that I speak to have this tendency within them. I know I do definitely have this tendency that, I want to solve other people's problems. I want to be the problem solver. I want to make sure that the people around me don't have problems, which is kind of a weird job title to have. But it's kind of our thing. It's one of the ways where how we create harmony in our environment. And harmony, as you know already, is extremely important to an INFJ. It's one of our paramount needs. It's the thing that we need in order to feel good about our lives, feel good about our environments, about our relationships, everything. We need harmony in all of it. And one of the ways that we create harmony, because a lot of times harmony has to be created, it just doesn't drop into your lap. So you create harmony in an INFJ style by solving problems. And so it's kind of a thing where sometimes life throws things at you and maybe you can't solve that problem. Maybe you just have to deal with it, or maybe you have to sit with it, or maybe you have to take a few breaths with it, or maybe you have to sit a few days or weeks with it. It's not always completely instantly solvable, or that's what I've noticed in my life. But my tendency to solve problems right away and wanting to solve it right away doesn't dissipate. It's not like I know I can't solve a problem, but I still try to do as much as I can, all of these random little things in order to make sure that I can solve it. And what this causes, obviously, is a lot of mental agitation. It causes a lot of stress and tension, which I don't need and don't want. But because it's a natural tendency of ours, in general, you'll notice this about yourself, no matter who is around you. It doesn't have to be a loved one. It doesn't have to be someone that you are, enamored with, or someone that you have affection for. It can be anyone, really. If there's anyone around you that needs help, or is in a problematic situation, or needs some sort of problem solving, you will go ahead as an INFJ and try to help them. I remember this one time I was in a yoga class and I was not friendly with the teachers or anything at all. It was my first or second time going to this yoga class. I had no idea what was going on. But I was sitting there and they were having some computer issues, some technical issues. They couldn't print something, or I have no idea what was going on back there. But, they came up and said, we're just having some technical issues, just give us a second. And I'm pretty good with tech stuff, and especially with computers. And I could see that they were getting flustered. And a lot of times, spiritual people are just not good with technology. It's not a stereotype. It really is true, because a lot of times they don't care. They don't want to know what a computer does. On the other hand, I love computers. They're my life, and I want to know what they're all about, and I love learning about them, right? Not that I'm good at it, but I love it. So, I was like, all right, maybe I should go help them out. And of course, it was my problem-solving streak. It's not like they asked me to help them. It's not like I knew anything about what the problem was about. I didn't know anything. I didn't know them. I didn't know the situation. I had no idea. But I was like, well, there's a problem, and I must go solve it. And like an INFJ, I went straight to it. And I was like, what's going on? Maybe I can help you. I have a little bit of a techie background. And so they gave me the problem. It was a very easy problem to solve. It just needed a driver download. And so I did it, and I solved their problem, and I was very happy. But that's the way we deal with the world. It's like, did you ask me to solve my problem for you? No, but I'm going to solve your problem for you, because that's what I do as an INFJ, right? And of course, if we can solve the problem as easily as that, I was very happy, because it was an easy fix, and I was able to get good karma bonus, and I was able to help them, and they were happy, and the class went on smoothly, and everyone was happy because of it. So it was a great problem to solve. But in a lot of cases, problems are not that easy to solve. And in fact, a lot of times you can't even solve problems because they're something that is unsolvable, something that you're stuck with perhaps, or something that you have to deal with, something that is a lesson that you have to kind of learn before the problem can dissipate, right? But in every single case, I've noticed for myself is that I have this innate desire, this real deep ingrained desire to solve that problem. And if I can't solve them, then I'll try again, and I'll try a different method, and I'll try a different method, and until I can solve that problem, I'm going to keep on going. Of course, a lot of times people don't want their problem solved. They actually are happy with their problems. They actually want to sit and complain about things. For me, I always assume that if someone's complaining to me, they want me to solve their problem for them, which is not the case. I'm realizing that more and more, that people do not want their problems solved, all right? Not most of them, unless they actually come up to you and say, I really have this problem, can you help me with it? That yoga class was an exception because obviously they wanted that problem solved. They didn't want to sit and complain about it. They wanted to move on. So that was okay. But in a lot of cases, I'll actually sit back and watch and observe to make sure that the person actually wants their problem solved. Maybe they don't. Maybe they actually are happy with it and they want to complain about things. And it's something for them to do and some kind of drama in their life, and it keeps things interesting and they're happy with it, right? And so nowadays I try as much as possible to take a step back and to notice and to observe and to see around me and all right, do you actually want your problem solved? Maybe, maybe not. If you do, awesome, I'll do it for you. I'm going to go ahead and help you as much as possible. If not, then I'm going to stand back and let you vent and moan and complain because maybe that's just what you want to do. And I'm really trying to be able to step back and say, okay, it's okay. You don't have to solve their problem for them. Just let them be, let them complain. In a lot of cases, as I said, we can't solve the problem, but unfortunately as an INFJ, we have this button inside of us that says solve problem, solve problem, solve problem. And when we can't solve the problem, it causes anxiety for us. And I've noticed this for myself particularly, is that if I have a problem around me that needs to be solved, it can be a minor thing or a major thing, it doesn't really matter. It can be someone who's in pain or is hurt, or it could be an animal that's hurt. Anything like that, it irks me if I can't solve it. Like recently, for example, I'm in Mexico right now. I think I've already told you. And obviously there's lots of animals around, and some animals are not treated that well because unfortunately that's the way human beings work. And a couple of days ago there was a donkey near our apartment, and every few minutes he or she would start braying really loudly, and it sounded painful. I don't know what he was asking or she was asking for. I have no idea. I'm not an animal whisperer, but I knew that it was in pain somehow, and I couldn't do anything about it because of course I'm in a strange country. I don't speak the language that well, and it's not my donkey. Like I really couldn't do anything. But all day long and all night long almost, except when I was sleeping, I was thinking about that donkey. I was thinking, okay, what is going on with that donkey? How can I send it blessings, I was sending it love, I was sending it as much positive energy as I could all day. I was worrying about it. The next day it was gone. I don't know where it went, but I was worrying about it all day. But it was a problem that I couldn't solve. It had a problem, obviously. It was stuck, it was tied up, but it had food to eat, but maybe it was thirsty. I have no idea. Again, there's nothing I could do about it because I could not go because the owner wasn't around, and I couldn't ask random people whose donkey is this and can I help? Because I'm not a veterinarian either. And so of course that was a problem that was unsolvable, but still it irked me and it caused me mental anguish because I was thinking to myself, there's a problem and obviously this donkey needs help and I need to solve it, but I can't solve it. Damn it, right? So again, these are the kind of situations where we really need to be cognizant of it. I mean, I was aware of the fact that there's a problem that I can't solve, but I was still mentally torturing myself over it because I was like, I really want to solve this problem. Poor donkey, what am I going to do about it? You can't do something. Sometimes you just have to let it go and let the problem be there, let it sit and fester and just stay. And you just have to ignore it or pretend like it doesn't exist, or pretend like it exists but you can't do anything about it. And that's all. There's nothing you can do about it. I know it's very hard for a lot of INFJs to hear this because I know a lot of you message me saying, but I really want to help this person. And I'm like, you can't help everyone. You're not a savior. You're a problem solver, but you're not a complete and 100% problem solver. You're not Jesus or you're not God, right? And so you do the best you can, and that's all. You can't do more than that. Just leave it at that. Stop going crazy over it. Just relax and let go. And I'm really literally saying it to myself as well because I need to learn this lesson as well. It's so hard because we're such problem solvers at heart. We just want to solve problems and it makes us feel good. So I wanted to share this with you because maybe you're having an issue with this as well. I know I always do. I'm getting better at it, but I still am not there yet. If you have any suggestions from me, I would love to hear from you as well. Again, I really do appreciate your support on this channel. I'm really grateful that you're here, listening, subscribing, and supporting me on Ko-fi. All the links are in the description below if you want to support me as well. And I shall see you in the next one. Bye for now.